All right, great. So tell me, how did you guys meet and how did you guys start doing real estate wholesaling?
You want to go for it, Jay?
Yeah, sure. It was actually really interesting to say the least. My girlfriend actually, she's a personal trainer.
Okay.
She signed up for a gym called F45. I'm not sure if you've heard about it before, but
Mm-mm.
it's basically a up and coming gym here in Atlanta. Uh,
Okay.
she signed up because she wanted to work for the gym, and who happened to hire her was Todd. Basically, she sent me a text one day saying, "Hey, this guy named Todd wants to sit down and meet with you." I'm like, "Okay, why?" Like, I'm just trying to figure out exactly where the correlation, because I had my license at the time. I worked for Keller Williams.
Okay.
So I was trying to figure out, like, why exactly would he want to meet? Is he trying to learn about real estate? Does he want a house? Like, can I sell him something? I was just trying to figure it all out. And we sat down at the office one day, and uh, at that moment, I just realized, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. The best lead generator that I've ever met personally that wasn't already in the business. So it just didn't even kind of fathom or make sense in the beginning. And I was like, wait, how do you know so much information and you're not doing this? It's like, you should get your license. You should do this. And then, hey, and November 1st, we just actually ended up being like, hey, let's join up, let's team up, and ever since then, it's been rocking and roll.
All right. So then you left your agent work behind to do wholesaling?
I did.
Okay, great. And you guys don't work at the gym anymore, I take it.
No.
No.
That's awesome, guys. So Todd, how did you know all that stuff without being in the game yet?
I spent several years doing some internet marketing, social media advertising, just really diving into the internet and social media altogether. Spent quite a few years in sales, and I looked at a bunch of videos on wholesaling. People like Max Maxwell, Brent Daniels, DealMachine, you guys. I watched a lot of your videos as well. And just kind of picked up a lot of things and spent quite a bit of time just learning as much as I can as I was. The job that he mentioned, F45, had actually just began last February.
Okay.
And I went to induction to California to do my week of training. And in that week, I learned about wholesaling. So it totally, my focus changed. And after diving in and meeting Jamari, he's out there, boots on the ground, hustling, working hard. He closed a massive deal that I thought was impossible to close. And when he closed it, I'm like, yeah, that's my partner right there. Because in my mind, just understanding what I know, I'm like, this can't close. It's impossible. But he did great. And so, with that background and with Jamari's skills and expertise, I was like, okay, we need to form this partnership and do it. So it's been great.
What are the details on that deal that was so hard to close?
Yeah, go for it.
Are you familiar with Atlanta at all?
Yeah, I just was there last week, actually.
Okay, cool. Very cool. So basically there's this area, North Druid Hills. It's kind of like closer to Buckhead and near Brookhaven. Kind of
Okay.
like basically the North Atlanta kind of rich.
Yeah.
So I just happened to, I reached out to the seller for sale by owner on Zillow. Saw this house that she posted. It was like, I don't remember, it was like $500,000 or something like that. And it basically needed a full gut, but it seemed like she started but didn't finish. So I hopped on the phone, started speaking to her, and she gave me a rough time. Like, literally, it was kind of like, okay, you know what you're doing? And I really didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that.
She asked you that?
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I saw the house. I knew some people that probably would want to take on this project. And from that point, that first conversation to the time that I actually was able to get a contract with her, it's probably like, I don't know, maybe 2 months.
Okay.
It was just following.
She was dragging her feet.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And it also kind of had to do with negotiations and things of that sort, because I knew that house wouldn't sell in its current condition.
Okay.
Finally got it under contract. Once I got under contract, I didn't know what I was doing. So I just started to reach out to a couple people in my office to see if they could help. They couldn't really help. Then I started reaching out to different forums like Georgia REA and other real estate groups to see if somebody would be interested. After weeks and weeks and weeks of follow up and having to extend the contract and all this other craziness, I was actually sitting right next to Todd at F45 trying to bring this deal together. And I was just praying over the phone. Like, it didn't seem like it was going to go anywhere. I didn't know anybody that would take it on because it was such a big project.
Yeah.
It was a high price point and a bigger project.
Okay.
So the issue overall why somebody didn't take it on was its location.
Okay.
It wasn't a great area, but it was by a major power line.
Okay.
So that major power line scared a lot of like buyers and things of that sort. But
scared me.
Lo and behold, yeah, I definitely know that. But lo and behold, I was able to find a guy that actually saw this house as a pretty good opportunity for himself to actually live in, and he was an investor also.
Okay.
So we started negotiating back and forth, and after weeks of actually just speaking to him on top of months of trying to negotiate with the seller, it finally got closed.
Yeah.
And I was able to walk away with my check, and I don't know, that was the happiest day. Like, I don't even know. I was just so happy. I actually didn't even think it was going to close myself, but I had so much faith after all this time. It's just like, hey, I'm working this hard. This is going to close. I'm not putting in this time for no reason. So yeah, it ended up working out.
And what did you guys make on that deal?
It was just me. I made $5,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was $5,000. Yeah.
And how did you find your buyer?
I actually reached out to the forum. It was a Georgia Real Estate Association, Real Estate Investor Association. So
Okay.
I did that when I first moved to Atlanta, which was actually in May.
Okay.
May of last year, 2019.
And how did you find this house in the first place?
Oh, Zillow, for sale by owner. She just posted it up on Zillow, and that was it. I just
like it. I like it. So what have you guys done with DealMachine, if anything, yet?
With DealMachine, we've drove for dollars in Atlanta, Augusta, a little bit in Savannah, a little bit of Columbus, Georgia. Now that, I'm not working anymore, Jamari's no longer a realtor, we can kind of travel and kind of hit the pavement. We began in smaller markets because Atlanta's super competitive, and we didn't have the experience, I think, to really have that confidence talking to sellers. So we began small markets, and we went out to Augusta one day. We met with a buyer. He gave us his criteria, his areas, and we drove for dollars in the entire area. We probably pulled about 150, 200 properties or something like that.
Okay.
Back home to Atlanta, skipped trace, and we began our marketing.
Okay. And then have you gotten any deals?
Oh, yes, for sure. We just closed the deal last month. Our first DealMachine deal. The seller's name is Will. It was our first closing in Augusta, and so that was very exciting.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. All right. So what did you make on that property?
We actually made the same thing Jamari made, $5,000 on that deal.
Okay.
And it wasn't a huge deal, but it was like, okay, this is our first DealMachine lead for sure, or DealMachine deal. And it closed pretty quickly. We have a buyer. He actually went out and did the appointment with us, took the pictures, and did some of the clean out as well. So we have a buyer that's really involved in the process. He just wants leads. And so it's an easy transaction between us and our buyer. So a $5,000 assignment fee was more than fine.
Okay. And how many properties did you say you added to DealMachine?
At that point in Augusta, about 150 to 200. But right now, I think we have about 1,400 properties in DealMachine.
I like it. Are you guys sending mail out to those properties?
I've sent mail. I've just kind of tested the market in my local area where I live. Nothing's come of it yet. I've had some mailbacks that I'm excited about. If I can find these owners, I think we'll have a great deal. But really, getting the deal into DealMachine and doing the calls afterwards and the text messaging, that's been kind of how we've been getting in contact with sellers.
Okay. Wow. That's cool.
We work hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
Congratulations, guys. You ought to be really proud of that.
Thanks, man.
We really try.
What can I do for you? You guys want a DealMachine hat?
DealMachine? Yeah, man.
All right. We'll hook you up.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I love the recent updates. Crazy. I've been doing some virtual driving for dollars, and in the Montgomery market and in the Atlanta market, it's been killer. We just pulled a Brookhaven list that should be killer. We probably have a deal coming up, actually.
Oh, man.
What was it, 20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
You said the Alford Jamari? How long ago?
That was about 10 minutes ago, actually. Like literally right before the call.
I love it. Well, you guys are always busy with leads, so I'm not surprised. But I'm going to give you guys this DealMachine hat here. I'll text it to you. And just wanted to say congrats on all the success, and keep me posted on how the rest of those leads turn out. You've got 1,400 in there, so you've got some more deals in there, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to, we just sent out a major text blast, text campaign.
Okay.
And we've gotten great follow-up and great leads. So we're still kind of going through those. We had some appointments. That's why we couldn't make our previous appointment. You know, we had a seller appointment. So we're working on it. We're working on these leads.
Yeah, I love it. Awesome. Is there any other features that you'd request? I know you said you love that recent update.
I mean, DealMachine is an app that I really I can't live without it right now. It's literally DealMachine and another list pull are my favorite apps.
Okay.
They're doing a great job. The add-on is something I would never have, really thought to ask for. And just, the value is phenomenal. So, I mean, I think DealMachine is perfect. We're good to go.
Yes, sir.
Well, you're laying it on thick. There's not a single thing we should do better. All right.
Not that I can find. I love DealMachine. It's great.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, cool, guys. Jamari, Todd, thank you so much for your time. I'll let you get back to your day, but just wanted to say thanks. And we'll be publishing this on our YouTube channel, and I'll be sending you that link to get those free hats. You bet. Have a great day, guys.
All right,
Bye.